In the last few years of my life, I've been deeply into the world of finance and investing. Not the crypto fake-ass Dubai private yacht kind, I mean the real brick-and-mortar stock investing in companies with a long growth runway and undeniable integrity. Now, how this relates to what we're going to discuss about Valorant in a moment is quite interesting. So Charlie Munger, one of the greatest investors and minds of our era in my opinion, has a book named Poor Charlie's Almanac. And in that book, he talks in detail about an analogy he holds very close to his heart. And that is the analogy of the natural swing in golf. The natural swing refers to a metaphorical, often counterintuitive approach to investing in life, emphasizing that one must override initial, instinctual or natural human tendencies to achieve high-level performance. He often linked this to how a golfer must abandon their natural swing for a trained unnatural one to truly excel in the realm of golf. Similar to this, I feel like a lot of Valorant players rely too much on their natural swing, which is the aim, game sense and movement they've had since day one of playing the game and never intentionally work on these elements over time, which may feel unnatural to them. Training and practicing something that doesn't come naturally to you will always feel unnatural and uncomfortable. I experienced this the first time I learned that diagonal peeking in Valorant is a one-way ticket to getting one-tapped. It was so difficult for me not to press W and D or W and A at the same time to peek an angle. So I just did what anybody who relies on their natural swing does. Kept peeking every angle in the only way I knew and continued getting one tapped until I just couldn't take it anymore. It took me a few weeks, a couple death matches every day and a lot of intentional movement work to learn how to peek angles with only one directional key at a time. Similarly, aim is another thing that of course will improve the more you play the game, but if you have real ambition of playing the game at a higher level, you should definitely work on it. Whether it's through death matches or specialized aim trainers like Kovacs and aim labs. Naturally, your aim will only be so good. Also, don't fall for those videos on YouTube titled 1000 FPS plus natural aim speedrun to Radiant or something. Nobody gets to serious ranks with just natural aim. They probably have thousands of hours in aim trainers or have played a million death matches to develop that natural aim. No matter how high your IQ is or how genetically gifted you are, your natural swing will never be good enough to carry you far. Even if you do have a strong natural stronghold of the game, every new wave of players who have worked on their skills much more intentionally than you have will absolutely devour you. That's just the harsh reality of it. Now, intuition is also a very important element of it. Relying on intuition alone is a mistake in a game like Valorant, which is full of fake sight hits and deception. What your gut feels isn't always how the round is being played out. The natural swing here is believing you know something when you don't. While game sense is slowly developed over time and by playing the game more, one can also intentionally work on it by thoughtfully flanking, learning where sentinels usually place trips, lurking correctly, finding timings through deliberate slow movement, making little noise or a lot of noise to draw attention, and knowing when to fast rotate or slow rotate. Knowing what fights to take and what fights to avoid also doesn't come naturally. By instinct, you'll want to take on as many fights as possible and climb the scoreboard, but we all know how that isn't always the best idea. We as humans are impatient and extremely selfish, which means that farming stats is what comes naturally to us. Putting in the work to suppress that inborn tendency is how you create impact in your games and climb ranked consistently. You know those people who comment, the first time I played Valorant, I got placed Diamond 2 and then climbed to Immortal in the next 6 weeks? Yeah, they're just straight up lying or have years of experience in other tax shooters that transferred over to Valorant. But even that is highly unlikely. Tax shooter games, especially one like Valorant, where mechanics, movement, util usage and strategy must all come together to win rounds, are merciless on people who rely on their natural swing. Now, I'm not telling you to grind thousands of hours of Kovacs or aim trainers, and neither should you do that. There's not even the need for hundreds of death matches, although those do help. What you need is plain and simple intention to move away from your natural swing and actually begin developing skill. Intention and deliberately putting yourself in uncomfortable situations that you're not used to goes a long way in helping you improve your mechanics and gameplay. Start working on your weak links, record your gameplays and figure out why you died. Indulge yourself in the physics and geometry of angles in this game and slowly move away from what comes naturally to you towards what really works and helps you win more games. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Good luck and keep climbing.